I guess for you to understand why I'm thankful for so many things, you need to understand a little bit about my journey. I grew up in a small town in Indiana. I always had plenty. I never wanted for anything. I took all that I had for granted, not realizing how fortunate I really was. My parents made me work hard for everything I had, and they were strict. I resented it. I didn't appreciate what my parents were doing for me at the time. But I went on, I graduated from high school in May, and I married my high school sweetheart in November. I took a few college classes here and there, and we eventually had 2 kids, and I quit work to stay at home with the kids. We were a pretty typical middle-income family. Then one day the bottom fell out. My husband made some really bad decisions. My sister and her family lived in Kansas City, so with the help of family, we moved here to start over. We moved into a duplex in Gladstone. I'd always lived in a single-family home, like I said, in a small town. Duplex living in a large city was a real culture shock for me. I had to apply for free lunches at the school for my kids. We had to go on food stamps, too. It was devastating. Some days, we'd go to the grocery store, and I couldn't bring myself to pay with the food stamps. So my husband would go to the checkout line while I went to the car and cried. I kept one of those food stamps so I'd never forget where I'd been. We both knew we needed to go back to school in order to make life better for our kids. I knew I wanted to be a teacher. There was no question in my mind. But my husband was not sure what he could do. You see, he wasn't a good student in high school. So he took the entrance exam at DeVry. He failed the math section. I tutored him, and he went back to take it again. He failed again. Most people would have given up at this point, but he didn't. He studied some more, and the 3rd time he passed it. Don't limit yourself by what a test says your potential is. Starting over doesn't happen in a few weeks or even a few years. In 12 years, we went from food stamps to a 6-figure income. After our kids both graduated from Oak Park, we built a house in Liberty where we still live today. So I'm thankful that my parents made me work hard because it taught me that things don't come easy. This enabled me to stick with it and not give up. So Oak Park, if this Thanksgiving finds you living abundantly, then pay it forward and be a blessing to others. If this Thanksgiving might find you in need, I hope you realize that you have a family at Oak Park, teachers, counselors, and support staff that wants to lift you up and support you to help you reach your dreams.